So my name is Ruben Aguirre. My company is 8Signal. We're a digital marketing agency that caters to the healthcare and nonprofit space. The reason I decided to become a business owner was because I was unemployable. That is partly true. I never made a good employee. I always thought about how I would run the businesses that I was working in, and I always was very outspoken about my ideas with my bosses. The really good bosses would listen and apply some of it, and the stuff that was garbage, they would just tell me why they wouldn't apply it. And finally, just a friend challenged me, now my business partner, had challenged me to start my own business and just make my own journey, so to speak. So when I first started the company, our mission was primarily just to put food on the table. It was a lifestyle business that I had started, and I had been delving into the marketing space a lot. And over time, that mission has really changed and transformed. And our goal and my passion, and I'm hoping that this is rubbing off on my team members, is to really make an impact in the communities that we live in. And so, in the modern digital age that we live in, I have a distributed team. So they're in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And I want 8Signal to be a conduit for people to be able to make an impact and a difference in their communities, regardless of where they live. A recent goal that we're almost fully completed, and one of them was that we were, for the longest time as a company, we were reliant on one-time projects to cover all of our costs. And so one of our financial goals as a company was to shift as much of our revenue as we could from one-time projects to recurring. We're almost there. Most of our revenue is now coming from recurring, and now the one-time projects are always attached to a recurring account. Now that has been in place, and we did that through COVID, so it was a little bit scary because there was a lot of transition going on, and we were losing accounts because of what the impact that COVID was having on clients. And fortunately we were able to weather through that. Now that we're in this other side of it, our current goals are to double the size of our company. So tying into what DigitalMarketer's goals is to 10,000. I'm going to be one of those. So our core services always begin with strategy, and for us, strategy is the customer value journey. The way we present it to our clients is we call it the marketing blueprint, and talk about the three different documents: the buyer persona or the avatar, the before and after transformation, and the 8-step value journey framework. So all of our clients go through that, and from there we move on to our core services. We currently are in content, so we create and help distribute content for our clients. And then our other service is paid advertising through Google and Facebook. And then now we're starting to get into the world of video a lot more, both through video for advertising, but also video as content. And we're actually shifting a lot of our accounts and our clients so that we're doing more video and less written. We primarily serve companies in the healthcare space, so medical groups or specialty groups, and also nonprofits that have some healthcare component tied to that. Just before COVID, my former business partner and I split, and I kept the company, kept going with mostly business as usual. But as I was looking at what we were doing and the services that we were providing, it did not reflect who we were. The original name that we had, we came up with it on the fly, and it was good enough, but it was a .net, and people always confused the name. A confused mind always says no. And I come from, my background is not in marketing. My degree's in psychology, and I was in real estate before doing marketing stuff. But my introduction to the world of marketing was through Dan Kennedy in the world of direct response. Branding was a 4-letter word for me when I first started getting into that world. And right as I was transitioning into revamping our website, I was also seeing the bigger picture of how brand and branding really impacts direct response and everything, And so we had helped a couple of clients go through their own rebranding, and I just fell in love with the process. And I thought, what if we just rebrand, And so we brainstormed different names and different concepts. I didn't borrow your name, Qasim, even though your solution's 8, okay? Just want to clarify that. In fact, I had forgotten completely that that was your name until somebody wanted to show me your website recently. And I was like, oh shoot. So just wanted to clarify that. The way we rebranded and how we came up with 8Signal was I just became obsessed with the customer value journey and the 8 steps in the framework. So I was like, the number 8. And the word signal came from being able to take a company and help them rise above the noise. The way we present the marketing blueprint or the customer value journey is not only a roadmap to help you get better clients, we see it as the path to help you rise above all the noise in your space so that you don't sound like Me Too and you don't look like Me Too. So as a business owner and sometimes referred to as a leader, what I think one of the strengths that I bring to my team and to our clients is that I love to tinker. And so anytime there's new stuff coming out, I play with it a little bit. I have a workshop in my garage because I need to be doing something and I need to be constantly playing with something. And I apply that into the business world as well. And so I'm always looking at how to do something a little bit different and how to make it better and how to find the best way to get something done. So that is definitely one of them. We were already prepared and we had already been doing business like everyone else had to when COVID hit. And part of that was just because I didn't care where somebody worked. They didn't have to come to the office. If somebody needed to go from 40 hours to 10 hours, we would adjust. If a client had a special thing that they wanted done in their marketing, we didn't like stick them to this like hard set fast rules. And it's one of the things that I love about the value journey is that I see it as a framework. So when you look at a lot of different systems or processes out there, they're very heavily scripted. Do this, do this, do this, do this. They're good to get you off and running like a recipe, right? But what I love about the customer value journey is that it's a framework. So it's like you get a palette of ingredients and you can add more of one or take some off of one of them. And you can spend more time in one or less in another one. And it really guides the process for organizations to be able to head to where they're going without forcing the clients into your set way, and vice versa. It allows marketing companies to adapt and change based on each client's unique needs and requirements. One of the keys that I have found to business success and something that I've had to learn in recent years, and that is fail fast, get up faster. There's a lot of people out there that have been scared to fail. They don't want to fail, and that paralyzes them. I'm in another camp where I can be even reckless at times and just do stuff and just mess things up really big. So I'm not afraid of failure, but what I have been afraid of is getting back up. It's taken me a lot longer to fail again because it takes me a while to get back up. Another key to success that I have learned has been to put your team and your clients before you. The reason that's important is because when you come to the table and you have your own priorities and your own goals before those of the people in front of you, that comes off and that comes across one way or another. And that's happened to me many times, especially when like cash flow is really tight and I don't know how I'm gonna get paid. It's really difficult to think about, how can I best serve this person? Or, what marketing plan is gonna be better for them? Instead, even subconsciously, we come to the table with, I need to get this amount of money from them, or I need to get this amount of productivity from them. And it's about taking rather than giving. And what I have found that it's when things are difficult, it becomes even harder to do that. However, once you get past that barrier and prioritize, and it's not about being a doormat, but it's about serving. So I'm not telling people to allow others to step all over you. What I am saying is put others first. And when you do that, then it's no longer a he wins, I lose scenario. It's everybody ends up winning. And my level of success is higher and greater because I've built that relationship with that team member or with that client, that they come to us and they trust us fully because we've modeled that we have put them first, and we have thought about them first. Where I see digital marketing going in the next couple of years is a lot more video. If you're not doing video and you don't want to do video, I mean, you might as well tell me that the earth is flat. Video is already huge. I don't think it's totally mainstream yet, but I think we're going to see that in the next couple of years. When you look at the longer picture, maybe like 10 years out, I think video is still going to be a critical part of that. But what I see happening is a lot more user-generated video. So a lot of the marketing is going to come from the users themselves. So like this kind of video that we're doing right now may not be the mainstream in 10 years. So it might be like you're actually interviewing me at a coffee shop and we're like in the middle of a meal kind of thing, you know. The type of video is going to be a lot more personal, a lot more organic, and generated by your audience, not by you. If you're in the healthcare space or nonprofit space as well, and you want to connect with somebody and talk about marketing and how your organization can benefit from marketing and a different approach to marketing, reach out to us at 8Signal.com.